Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. Welcome back to the Dugout Football Channel. Now, a bit of a difference today. Obviously, I would usually give you my match week predictions at 12 o'clock. Obviously, they would be pre-recorded, so obviously that video would come out. But I've not actually had the time to do them pre-recorded this time, so I'm doing them live. So this is new to me. So we'll see how this goes, etc. as well. So let's have a quick look at how I did match week 34. So it was a bit of a mixed week, has to be said. It was a bit of a mixed week. So Crystal Palace Chelsea, I went for a 2-1 win to Chelsea. It finished 3-2 to Chelsea. Watford against Norwich, I went for a 2-0 win to Watford. It finished 2-1. Arsenal Leicester City, I went for a 2-1 win to Arsenal. It finished 1-1 between Arsenal and Leicester City. Man City against Newcastle United went for a 3-1 win to Manchester City. It was 5-0 to Man City. So a very, very interesting game, that one. Sheffield United Wolves went for a 1-1 draw between the sides. It was a 1-0 win to Sheffield United. West Ham against Burnley went for a 1-1 draw. Finished 1-0 to Burnley. So not very, very good. Brighton Liverpool, 2-0 win for Liverpool, went 3-1 there. Bournemouth Spurs went for a 2-0 win to Spurs, who finished 0-0. Everton Southampton was the only one I got right. I said a 1-1 draw, and it was a 1-1 draw. And Aston Villa against Manchester United went for a 2-0 win to Manchester United, and it was a 3-0 win to United. So quite a mixed week. Oh, we've got some people joining in. Hello, Riley. Hello to It's Fusion as well. Good to see you in here. Hello, Babe, as well. Nice to see you in here as well. So good to see you all here. So yes, match week 35, and there's some big games. So if Norwich City lose to West Ham, they will be relegated. They're 10 points adrift at the moment. There's only 3 games left now. So yeah, be very, very interesting. So we'll see what happens for sure. Sorry I wasn't in the last 3 live streams, by the way. I was playing Fortnite and Rocket League, by the way. I broke my finger. It's a little cracked, says Riley Cooper. Ooh, ouch. That's not very, very good either. And Thomas VDB, elbow cough. Hello, Thomas VDB. Hope you're doing very, very well indeed. So as I was saying, Russell, hello, Russell. Hope you're doing well. Obviously, I do know that the Europa League draw is happening right now, but obviously I'm getting updates from my Twitter. So obviously, if that comes through, then obviously you'll be the first to know. So yeah, we'll see what happens. So as I was saying, Norwich City, if they lose to West Ham, they are relegated. Because obviously there are 3 games left, 9 points. 4 games left. Yeah, basically they will be down after this week if they do go. If they go and lose to West Ham, or if Watford do beat Newcastle, then they will be relegated anyway. So that is something else to say as well. Big games at the top, especially for top 4 as well. Sheffield United, Chelsea, obviously Bournemouth, Leicester City, Manchester United, Southampton as well. So let's kick things off with Norwich City against West Ham. The last 5 meetings between Norwich City and West Ham, there have been 1 win to Norwich City, 2 draws, and 2 wins to West Ham United. The last result was a 2-2 draw between the sides when they last met, of course. Now, let's just say Norwich City. Oh, what can we say about Norwich City? Just can't score goals, can't defend at all. It was very, very disappointing. I know they scored against Watford, etc., but it was a very, very disappointing way to lose in the end. It was a fantastic win for Watford, and obviously, Norwich City, they are last chance saloon now. They have to win this game because otherwise they are down and relegated. And then you have to wonder if they would get picked off. If they would get picked off as well. So that's something else to look at. But it's been a disappointing season for Norwich. So it has been a very disappointing season for Norwich. West Ham, same for them. I mean, it's 2 sides badly out of form at the moment. Obviously, West Ham losing 1-0 to Burnley. And it didn't really threaten Burnley, has to be said. Didn't really threaten Burnley at all. So going to be a very interesting game. I'm really sorry to say this. Obviously, guys, get your predictions in the live chat as well. And obviously, I'll read some of yours out as well. So it'll be very, very good. And obviously, if you are missing this live, then obviously do go in the comment section and leave your predictions as well. So for this game, I'm really sorry, Norwich City fans. I think you're going to be relegated, unfortunately. It has been good to see you back up, but just not good enough. Just not good enough going forward. Concede too many goals as well. They're a very attacking side, but I think they're down. I'm going to go for a 2-0 win to West Ham, and that would theoretically relegate Norwich City from the Premier League. So I'm going to go for a 2-0 win to West Ham. So guys, let me know your predictions in the chat as well. So I'm going for a 2-0 win to West Ham. Watford against Newcastle United next. The last 5 between the sides have resulted in 2 wins to Watford, 2 draws, and 1 win to Newcastle United. The last result was a 1-1 draw between the sides. Watford, massive 3 points against Norwich. Massive 3 points. Danny Welbeck scoring the winner. Absolute beauty of a bicycle kick into the net it was. And do you know what, to be honest, obviously I know obviously Norwich went through against I know Norwich went to ahead against Watford, but it was one of those games where Norwich took the lead, Watford equalised, and yeah, it was just a case. But it's a massive 3 points for Watford, and it puts them 4 points clear now of Aston Villa. It puts them 3 points clear of Bournemouth. I'll come to Bournemouth very soon, but it's very, very interesting to see how well they will do in this game. Newcastle United. Yeah, a bit of a heavy defeat, 5-0 against Manchester City. Wasn't a good performance at all. City absolutely dominated them from start to finish. So, going to be a very interesting game. This one, obviously, with Newcastle United and Watford. Obviously, Watford coming off of a 2-1 win over Norwich. Newcastle United coming off the back of a 5-0 defeat to Manchester City. I can't really separate them. They're quite two evenly matched sides. I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw in this game. Watford 1, Newcastle United 1. Eat, Sleep, United Repeat is saying a 1-0 win to West Ham. Interesting. I've gone for a 2-0 win. I know Norwich don't concede. Many goals, but yeah, I do agree with you on that. I do think it'll be a West Ham win. And yeah, I'm going for a 1-1 draw between Watford and Newcastle. Liverpool against Burnley now. The last 5 between the sides have resulted in 4 wins to Liverpool and 1 draw in there for good measure. The last result was a 4-2 win for Liverpool. Well, what can we say? Liverpool against Brighton. Very, very good to go in a 2-0 lead inside 6 minutes. Obviously, 2 goals from Henderson and Mohamed Salah as well. It was very, very good. And obviously, Trossard scored a brilliant goal for Brighton. Got them back into the game. And then, obviously, Brighton should have probably got a point out of that game. Obviously, Liverpool scored a third later on, but no, to be credited, Brighton's always a very tricky place to go to. And Liverpool came away with a 3-1 win. Burnley are in absolutely fantastic form at this moment in time. 12 games unbeaten. Another win against West Ham at the weekend. 1-0 win it was as well. They are obviously doing this without Ashley Barnes. They've got so many players injured. And this is going to be a very interesting game because obviously you've got 2 goalkeepers going for that Golden Glove. You've got Alisson Becker in the Liverpool goal. You've got Nick Pope in the Burnley goal. And Nick Pope has the most clean sheets this season so far. So it's going to be a very, very interesting game for sure. But I'm going to go for Liverpool because obviously I have to. So I am going to go for a 3-1 win to Liverpool in this game. I do think Burnley will get a goal. Burnley always make it difficult for you, especially some of their wins this season as well. They won at Old Trafford early in the season, and obviously winning at the London Stadium as well. So it's very, very good. Let's see what some of you are saying. Eat, Sleep, United Repeat is saying 3-1 to Watford. Dakuri Brace. That would be very interesting indeed. Sir Klopp, hello to you. 1-0 Liverpool against Burnley. It's going to be a very tricky game. Don't deny that at all. Very, very tricky game as well. But yeah, I'm going to go for a 3-1 win for Liverpool. I'm going to go for the same result as they got against Brighton. So that is one definitely. And Eat, Sleep, United saying a Liverpool 1-0 win for sure. Sir Klopp says Burnley have one of the best defences in the league at the moment. Yes, they do. They're very, very difficult to beat as well. Very, very difficult to beat, especially when they're away from home as well. So that is something to say. So, yeah, 3-1 win to Liverpool in this game. Now, a massive game for top four ambitions, this one. Sheffield United against Chelsea. What a game this is going to be. The last 5 between the sides have resulted in 3 wins to Chelsea, 1 draw and 1 win to Sheffield United. The last result was a 2-0 win to Chelsea way, way back in 2007. So it's been a very, very long time for Chelsea to be at Bramall Lane. But Sheffield United, I have to say, it was a very, very impressive win against Wolves. Obviously, Wolves going for top 4 as well. But Sheffield United have got a slight outside chance, I would say. But it's going to be very, very slight, I would say. But it's a big, big win for them to get against Wolves. And obviously a John Egan header in the 90th minute as well. And you know what? Sheffield United have really picked up, especially we have to say that, Sheffield United have picked up a wee bit of form recently. Obviously, 2 back-to-back wins against Spurs and Wolves as well. So, very, very good as well. Chelsea, very good win against Crystal Palace. Defensively, still a bit suspect at the back. So, that's something we have to say as well. But their away form is probably better than their home form, I would say, at the moment. But, yeah, Chelsea are up to 3rd now. Obviously, Leicester are 4th at this moment in time. So, interesting prediction, this one. This is a really tough one to call, this one. Eat Sleep United Pre says, we spoke about Burnley on the phone, one of the most informed teams and hard to break down. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So, looking at Sheffield United, Chelsea, I am going to go for a wee upset here. I think Sheffield United will beat Chelsea and blow open the top 4 race. I'm going to go for Sheffield United 2, Chelsea 1. I think there is going to be a shock here. I think Sheffield United are in good form. Chelsea looked a wee bit suspect against Palace, I thought. So I'm going to go for a 2-1 win to Sheffield United. Look what will happen if that happens. You've got Manchester United going for, obviously, top 4. A slight outside chance of Sheffield United. They would be right back into the race as well. And obviously with Leicester playing Bournemouth on Sunday. Yeah, Chelsea. This is big, big game for Chelsea. Big, big game for Chelsea. So we shall see. Thomas VDB says 2-1 to Chelsea. And Eat Sleep United Pete says 0-0 for Sheffield United Chelsea. Ooh, interesting. Robbie B says 1-1 for Sheffield United Chelsea. Yeah, as I've said, it's a very tricky one to call. Very tricky one to call. But I'm going to go for a 2-1 win to Sheffield United. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, looking forward to that. Brighton against Manchester City. The last 5 between the sides have resulted in 5 wins to the Citizens. The last result was a 4-1 win to Manchester City. Obviously, the last time that they won at the Amex, they won the league last season. So that is something else to say for sure. Right, Brighton. I have to say they played very, very well against Liverpool. They played very, very well against Liverpool. Very unlucky to get beat in the end. They probably had the better chances in the second half. I know Liverpool obviously got the 3rd goal from Mohamed Salah. Matt Ryan did keep them in the game as well. It was a very, very good performance from Brighton. And like I've said, they are a tricky side to play against, Brighton. Very, very tricky side to play against. So obviously, I knew that Liverpool would have a tricky game against Brighton, and that proved to be the case. So it was very, very good for sure. Man City are just steamrolling teams at this moment in time. 5-0 against Newcastle. Unbelievable scoreline that was, definitely. But obviously, they did come up short in their last away trip to St Mary's. Obviously, they lost 1-0 there through a fantastic goal from Che Adams. But Man City have got a very good record against Brighton. I don't think Brighton have actually got a point off them yet. So I'm going to say the Man City will continue with that trend. Going to go for a 2-0 win to Manchester City, but it could be anything, really. And like I've said, it's going to be a very interesting game for sure. Riley Cooper saying 1-0 to Sheffield United. City 5-1 says Russell. Interesting. 2-0 goal for me. 4-1 City says Robbie B. Well, we'll see what happens. But I'm going to go for a 2-0 win to Man City. Wolves against Everton. The last 5 between the sides have resulted in 1 win to Wolves, 2 draws, and 2 wins to Everton. The last result was a 2-2 draw between Wolves and Everton. It has to be said, Wolves' form recently, they're obviously picking up wins. It was a bit of a surprise defeat, to be honest. I think it was a very surprise defeat. I don't think anyone expected them to come up short. Obviously, that's back-to-back defeats against Arsenal and Sheffield United, which is it's not very, very good. But you can't really say they're out of the top 4 race yet. Even if Chelsea lose at Sheffield United, they're right back into it. It's not going to be a very easy game because obviously, like I've said, Everton are they're a bit hot and cold at the moment. Everton lost 1-0 to probably one of the most awful Spurs sides of recent histories, and then go and draw against Southampton yesterday by 1-1. So, I mean, Everton on their travels are really, really poor as well. So, because of that, I am going to go for a Wolves win. I'm going to go for Wolves to bounce back after 2 defeats on the trot. Going to go for a 2-1 win to Wolves. But yeah, Everton are just really, really poor at the moment. So it'll be interesting to see for sure. Russell says 1-1 for Wolves-Everton. Riley Cooper says 3-0 Wolves. Robbie B is going to say me 2-1 Wolves. Own goal for me, says Riley Cooper. Interesting. And I'll see you later, Riley. Thank you for tuning in. And Everton haven't been that impressive. Spend a lot of money, but nothing much to show for it. Absolutely. And Sir Klopp is going 3-1 to Wolves. Well, we'll see what happens. Another big game at the bottom of the table for sure. This one, Aston Villa against Crystal Palace. The last 5 between the sides have resulted in 2 wins to Villa, 1 draw, and 2 wins to Palace. So they're very evenly matched, these 2 sides. The last result was a 1-0 win to Aston Villa. Very, very interesting indeed. Now, this is the problem with Aston Villa. They had a couple of chances against Manchester United last night. Trezeguet hit the post, and then Grealish missed a very, very good chance there. This is the problem with them. No end product. They've just got so much. I think they've really, really struggled this season. Not got a striker. There's no end product, and as soon as they conceded that penalty yesterday, it was goodnight Villa. It was goodnight Villa, and this is the thing. I just don't see any of the games the Villa have got left that they could get points from. They've got. Let me think. They've got Palace on Sunday. They have Everton away, Arsenal at home, and then West Ham away. That West Ham game that I said was earlier in the season could have been the more pivotal game. It's looking like this one is going to be very, very interesting. So we'll see for sure. But Villa really, really struggling for me. Really, really struggling for me. Russell has just said, "Gonna pull off to Carl's video and share the love." Great video, buddy. Thank you, Russell. Thank you. Pleasure, mate. Absolute pleasure. Few of you coming in for 3-1 Wolves to Sir Klopp. Liz Golden 3-1 Wolves, and Robbie B 3-1 Palace. Right, Palace. Disappointing to lose to Chelsea in the end, but it was a good fight back from them. Zaha's goal was an absolute wonder goal, wasn't it? Absolute wonder goal that was, and Benteke scoring as well, which is good to see. So looking at this game, I can really see only one winner in this game, and that is Palace. I know Palace are on a poor run of form, but just looking at Aston Villa rely too much on Grealish for me. They rely far too much on Grealish. I am going to go for a 2-0 win to Crystal Palace. I think Palace will win. Obviously, depending on other results, Villa could potentially be all but down as well. So, definitely an interesting one to watch on Sunday for sure. Sir Klopp is going 2-1 to Crystal Palace. Interesting. We shall see what happens with that one. And now, the North London derby behind closed doors, of course. Tottenham against Arsenal. The last 5 between the sides have resulted in 1 win to Tottenham, 2 draws and 2 wins to Arsenal. And the last result was a 1-1 draw between the sides. Villa in a sad state. There's some talent there. Palace 2-1. Yeah, I do agree. I do agree there for sure. Liz, Grealish will leave this summer. Yeah, I think he will, Sir Klopp. I do think he will leave. This is one of the most awful Spurs sides I've seen in recent history. Never had a shot on target against Bournemouth as well. Harry Kane should have had a penalty. There was a lot of VAR problems for sure in this game. Tottenham should have had a penalty. Bournemouth's goal, okay, letter of the law. I think letter of the law. It should be disallowed, but that handball rule was an absolute joke. It's an absolute joke. So looking at it, Tottenham are just in. I mean, I watched them against Everton, and quite frankly, I wish I had gotten that 90 minutes back. It was one of the most awful games I've watched. And this is the thing with Tottenham now. Under Mourinho, they just look a really, really poor side. But this is the thing, Jose Mourinho teams are like this. So what were Spurs expecting when they were going to get him? That's one thing I can say for that. Arsenal, obviously they'll be without Eddie and Nketiah, unless, of course, they get the ban rescinded. But yeah, I can understand it was a red. I can understand why it was a red card. So very, very. It's disappointing, but I think it was a red card. I think it was a red card. He does catch Justin very high, and to be honest, he was going to get a red card. But Arsenal, I mean, to be honest, they have picked up a little bit. Now, Arsenal have not won at Spurs since March the 13th, 2014. I think because of the way Arsenal are playing at the moment, they're playing much better football than Spurs. I'm going to go for Mikel Arteta to win his first North London derby 2-1 away at Spurs. I'm going to go for an Arsenal 2-1 win. I think it'll be a very, very interesting game, but we shall see what happens. Let's see what some of you are saying. Thomas VDB is saying 2-0 to Arsenal. Robbie B is saying 2-1 to Tottenham. 0-0. They both suck. What happened to Spurs? Answered on a postcard, Liz, I think is what to say. Arsenal tend to slip up when they are favourites 2-2, said Sir Klopp. Yeah, they do. They certainly do for sure. But yeah, I'm gonna go for a 2-1 win to Arsenal. So that'll be very, very interesting indeed. Bournemouth against Leicester City. The last 5 between the sides have resulted in 1 win to Bournemouth, 2 draws, and 2 wins to Leicester City. The last result was a 4-2 win for Bournemouth. Very interesting stuff. Bournemouth, as we said, they did everything but score in that game against Tottenham. Well on top. There was one stat, I think, from I think in the last 5 minutes of that game, Bournemouth had 81% possession and Tottenham had 19% possession. So it was all Bournemouth in this game. Tottenham didn't have a single shot on goal in this game. And yeah, Bournemouth, if that decision does send them down, and I do feel sorry for them, but they have been very, very poor this season. There's no doubt about it. Leicester City, obviously getting a 1-1 draw with Arsenal. Vardy again, very, very good finish from him as well. Going to be a very interesting game because obviously, like I said, Bournemouth scrapping to stay up. Leicester City still going for top 4. They are 4th at the moment, but obviously they have Manchester United, they have Wolves, and they've got obviously the chasing pack closing in on them. But I'm going to go for a Leicester win here. I just think Leicester will win this one. And I hate to say it, Bournemouth do look like they will go down this season. And I don't like to say this, but I've been very impressed with Bournemouth since they came up. I really have. But I'm going to go for a 2-1 win to Leicester City in this game. And I think that would probably all but send Bournemouth down. But we'll see what happens for sure. Sir Klopp is agreeing with me. He is going for a 2-1 win to Leicester City. Good shouts at Sir Klopp. Yes, absolutely. Arsenal do tend to slip up when they are favourites. So that'll be interesting to see. And the final game to preview and predict is Manchester United against Southampton. The last 5 between the sides have resulted in 2 wins to United, 3 draws in there for good measure. The last result was a 3-2 win to Manchester United. Has to be said, Manchester United didn't get going until that penalty decision that Bruno Fernandes got. And it's an interesting one because obviously, like I've said, they are very, very... it was a very, very good win in the end for Manchester United. Obviously, Fernandes scoring. Mason Greenwood, this guy is really, really a talent. There's no doubt about it. He can score with either foot. 16 goals in a breakthrough season. Very, very good. Very, very good from Greenwood. And obviously, Pogba getting back on the score sheet as well. And, there's talk that, Pogba could be signing a new contract as well. So more good news for Manchester United fans. So going to be very, very interesting indeed. A couple of you just said 3-1 Leicester, says Robbie B. Vardy will be goal hungry. 3-1 LFC, though LCFC haven't been great. No, absolutely not. I hope Bournemouth stay up. Would hate to see them relegated. Think Howe deserves a statue. Yeah, definitely. Guy in Ballam says Bruno dived. I prefer not to speak. If I speak, I'm in trouble. Look, the penalty decision. I'm going to say this now. It was very clumsy from Konza. I can understand why it would be given. But I would understand why if you would be on the end of the decision, then I think you would be very, very unhappy. But it was a difficult, very, very difficult decision to make. And obviously, it did obviously benefit Manchester United from that. But I have to say, it was a good win for Manchester United in the end. So looking at Southampton, they've picked up a wee bit of good form recently as well. They are now 10 unbeaten away from home. It's going to be a very interesting game because obviously Danny Ings is still scoring. He's now at 19 goals this season, so he's still a few behind Jamie Vardy. But Danny Ings could be interesting. Could be very, very interesting as well. But looking at this game, I can only really see Manchester United continuing to win against Southampton here. I think Southampton's good form away from home will be brought to an end, but they have been in very, very good form. Going to go for a 3-1 win to Manchester United in this game. I do think Southampton will get a goal, and I do think Ings will get a goal as well. So I'm going to go for a 3-1 win to Southampton. Let's see what some of you are saying. Vardy should have been sent off. Hard one to say. I think he may have been lucky to stay on the pitch, to be honest. I think LFC can win away to Arsenal. Obviously, that'll be match week 36 as well. LFC will win tomorrow at home to Burnley. I really hope so. Guy and Bellum. I really hope so. Ings to put a hurt on the Manx 2-1. Interesting. That would be very interesting indeed, and obviously that would definitely blow open the top 4 race as well. Danny Ings isn't going away, says Guy and Ballum. No, absolutely not. So go through my predictions really, really quickly as well, because obviously that is the final game of match week 35. Norwich City 0, West Ham 2, Watford 1, Newcastle United 1, Liverpool 3, Burnley 1, Sheffield United 2, Chelsea 1, Brighton 0, Man City 2, Wolves 2, Everton 1, Aston Villa 0, Crystal Palace 2, Tottenham 1, Arsenal 2, Bournemouth 1, Arsenal 2, Bournemouth 1, Leicester City 2, and Man United 3, Southampton 1, and Robbie B also agrees with me, 3-1 United. So that is it, guys. That is match week 35 done and dusted. Obviously, like I've said, if you have missed this live, then obviously leave your predictions in the comments section as well. And I'll obviously go through this stream again, and I'll take a tally of everyone's predictions as well and see how you guys do against me. So thank you very much for tuning in to my live predictions. It's been very, very good. I've really, really enjoyed it. Also, I want to say thank you so much to all of you for the birthday messages I had yesterday. I was really, really overwhelmed by everyone obviously wishing me a happy birthday. So thank you very much for that. Very, very good for that as well. But yeah, guys, if you are new around here, then please hit that subscribe button. It'd be absolutely fantastic. Smash a like on this video as well. And yeah, we shall see what happens, especially with the top 4 race hotting up and obviously the bottom pack as well. Ings is on fire. Could have been a great backup at LFC, but for injuries, wouldn't be surprised to see a top 8 team pick him up. Maybe Leicester or Wolves, definitely. Have a great day, all, says Les Golden. Yes, absolutely. And guys, please, enjoy your Premier League weekend, and I'll see you all in the next one. Maybe doing a Liverpool-Burnley live preview tonight as well. I'll catch you all very, very soon. But enjoy your Premier League weekend. And yeah, we shall see what happens. But thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you to everyone who's commented in the live chat as well. And yeah, enjoy your Premier League weekend. I'll see you all later. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye for now.